With the elbow, I'm going to put the hand on the chest, I'm going to put my leg forward, and I'm just going to pivot my heels and turn into it. So I'm right here, and I'm not trying to hit this as hard as I can, but rather get the power from turning the body, right? And also keeping your posture straight. So we're going to get in front of the bag with the instructor, right? So this is going to be right here. Your hands up, just turn into it. Turn all the way, back straight, and turn in. Just give that a try. But make sure your arm's like this rather than like this. So all the way up like that. Yeah, like a chicken. That's what we're trying to achieve, is that. And then they start going backwards. And once their weight's on their heel, then we can do something else. So now we're getting more into the self-defense portion. So I'm throwing this elbow to occupy that middle, and once their weight's on their heels, then we're going to do something else to keep that momentum going. Could you grab that pad, please? So now they're going to hold the pad like this. Yeah. And you're going to come up and just bring that elbow up and hit through. So your elbow ends up over your head like that. Go all the way through, yeah. And get as much torque as you can. All right, go ahead. So the first thing is I bring the elbow up, it's parallel to the ground. If I just turn, that'll give me good mechanics on that shot. Right now the pad holder backs up a little bit and gets ready. And when you come through with this knee, bring your hands up like this, like you're doing a yoga plank, right? Make sure your elbows are not touching, but close together like that instead of like this. And then we're going to do the knee. And when you do the knee, land forward. And by landing forward, you're going to guarantee you're bringing your body mass into the shot versus just doing this. If I just do a knee like this, my body mass is here. It never went into the knee. Now, when they're grabbing you like this, their face is wide open. We're going to do this. This is one of the best hand strikes you can learn in martial arts, the hammer fist. And it's going either right onto the top of the nose or it's going into the side. And now, see, this is a zone. So from the temple down to the jaw, that's a zone. If you hit anything in that zone, it's going to do something. And the back of the neck and the mastoid. So imagine somebody's grabbing us like this, and our response is going to be like that. Now this hand is going to come over, and your hand's going to go on top of their hands. Your hand's going to go on top of their hands, and we're going to do what's called a pinning check. So just make fists like you're grabbing my jacket. That's what the hands are going to do. And the reason why the hands are coming over top when I strike is so his reaction isn't hitting me. So just go like that. That's the answer. That's what we're going to do. So as soon as he touches me, that's going to trigger the movement. So your fist is going to come up and go over their arms. So your elbow is going to go over their arms. See, not by it, but over it. And you're just going to aim for the side of the head or the front of the nose. Either of those is fine. You got to torque into it, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, like that. That's why I have instructors here, so you can. And that technique was pretty crappy, but they were powerful, weren't they? Oh, for sure. See what I mean? These weren't perfect little circles, but they were circles. See, that's why we're power and attitude. That's what we're working on today. He's going to swing that pad down here like he's going to try to hit me in the ribs, right? Like that. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put my arm in the way, and my other hand's going to fill the spot where my head was. Yeah. So he swings that pad, and that's the move. Here. Now turn this way. Good. All right, now swing that. There you go. And we're going to move with it. So he fires that shot. We're going to move with it. We absorb the energy over the distance. Now, well, I'm not going to step into it. If you step into it, right, you want to get a feel for this. If you take your fist and kind of punch yourself in the arm, that's what you're going to experience. That's not good, is it? It's better than here. That's the deal. So I'm like this. I want you to have your hands up protecting your head, just so you can practice coming down and protecting your body. You see this chart here? I break the opponent up into these 3 zones. Zone 1 is like your head and your neck. 2 is your body, and 3 is your legs. This protection is in zone 2, but I can't neglect zone 1. So when I drop this, the other hand's coming across, and when that hits, I'm going to step. Now when you step, move your right foot first so you maintain this stance space. So my partner's going to come from me, and you got your hands all the way up. Good. All right, now you tell them, all right, give me a 5. There you go. All right, give me a 10. Okay? And when you feel it hit you, just go with it, right? Yeah, go with it. Absorb that energy. All right. So he's going to attack this side, and when he did the shots, I moved. See, I move, and I come back. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to throw 3 because we want to close that center line. Right? Block, block. 1, 2, 3. Good. So he throws that shot. See, move, move. 1, 2, 3. All right. So now they're going to put a little more energy and a little more weight into the shot. So you absorb, and you come back left, right. All right, go ahead. You can't see what's behind you, and when you turn, now the elbow now is all the way back there. See, it's not straight up, but there's their head. And that's the move. You're not even going to look. No one should be grabbing you like that. And then you can take your step and assess your situation, you see? So that's the idea. So pad holders are going to come up behind you, and the move is just this. Now, there's not a lot of body mechanics in the move, so you're not going to generate the same amount of power that you would if you could step. But we have to learn how to hit hard when we can't move in an ideal state, right? So the biggest part of this is the turning. So my shoulder's here, my shoulder's going to come all the way over there. The pad will be about right there. I just lift that straight up, and when you do it, you pop, and the other hand's like this. Right. Basically, what we did today basically is we developed some weapons, and then we gave you some examples of when to do those weapons. So we didn't do all right, the guy strangles you, here's exactly what you do. We said, oh, here's what you could do. So if they strangle you like this, and they're in range, that elbow would definitely reach. If they're doing this to you, the elbow won't reach. So we know the difference now. Somebody grabs you by the jacket, and they're that close. They're a little further away, we can use the hand. So we've developed some strong weapons, and we looked at some situations where they can be used. So now what you do is think in your mind, how can I use this? How can I use this? How can I use this? How can I use all these different moves against an opponent? Somebody behind you, and the reason we did the elbow the way that we did, somebody's behind me grabbing me, that's my response. I don't look, I hit with the elbow and push them backwards. Because nobody should be grabbing you. That's the idea. An important thing is advantage and disadvantage. Don't let the opponent get the advantage on you, because you may not be able to come back from it. An advantage of they can hit you and stun you. They can get their weight on top of you. They can put you into a corner. But can't you also, use a corner to your advantage? You can use a wall to your advantage. All right, so hey, well done, everybody. So the point here is just to learn how to take weapons. Take weapons, and just find a whole bunch of different ways to do it. So